That should work, right? How's that now? Says there's like mic input coming through. Hey, YouTube chat. Yeah, better. Let's see. It's quiet. Yeah, better, says HP Rocket. I can hear. Cool. Sweet. All right. We're on it. Cool. Hey, so I don't know if you guys could tell, but this is my first time doing this. All right. So I'm here just to kind of give you guys, I don't know, some maybe a little bit of fun during your little break here, and maybe you guys could like learn some new stuff. So my plan over the next couple weeks is to I don't know, do some cool stuff with video editing using WeVideo, because I know everyone has access to WeVideo. We might be doing some podcasting tutorials with Soundtrap, and anything else that you guys want to, maybe give suggestions. I would love to do Adobe, but I don't know who has access to Adobe. But if we wanted to, I've been doing some really cool trainings with After Effects and doing some really cool stuff that I'd love to show you guys too. But for now, why don't we jump into WeVideo? Oh, let me try this too, because I put a couple clips into a folder. Can you turn the volume up? Sure, hold on. More better? How's that? Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, I would love to show you guys some After Effects stuff, because I've been doing like hours and hours of tutorials, and actually I got like some sort of like certificate for the hours that I put in. But point is, I've been doing After Effects, and I have a pretty good grasp on it, and I would love to show you guys. I just don't know who has access, or if we could get you guys access. All right, so into WeVideo. Oh, I wanted to do this first. I put a couple clips into Google Drive folder, and I'm wondering if I could just like, does this work if I share this link with you guys? If you click on that link, you should get access to, it's just a few video files. One is a green screen explosion file. Sweet. And the other is, there's two other clips of me hiding behind a tree and then running out from behind the tree. And my plan is to show you guys how to just slice clips, put them together, and hopefully I'll blow myself up is the goal. So if you guys have never done WeVideo, my intention here is to give you an intro to WeVideo and then get you guys in. And if you wanted to, you could use these few clips that I put in that folder to kind of follow along or have some fun with. And or if you wanted to, take your own videos and stuff, you guys could start video editing by 11 o'clock today after this tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead into WeVideo. I have a tab up here, but if you've never been to WeVideo, it's just wevideo.com, and you should be able to log in with your Google account or create an account. And if you have any issues with that, you could I could walk you through logging into WeVideo for the first time also. But I'm going to log in, and I'm logging in with my Marlboro account. And so this is the I guess the dashboard of WeVideo. I'm going to go back before you get into the dashboard though. I'm going to show you guys what it might look like to you. So if you're signing into WeVideo for the first time, you're probably going to be on this welcome page here, or this home page here, and you probably would have like a sign in or a sign up or like login button up here, so you could sign up. Make sure that you're signing up for the free version. And so down at the bottom, usually there's like pricing or something, and your screen might look like this a little bit, and it'll show you up here all the different versions, but you don't see the free one. So if you scroll down, there should be one that shows you like a free plan that you can. There should be like a free one somewhere where you click on free. Power plan. Education. try it for 30 days. There used to be a free something or other there. There's a free version somewhere. I'm not sure where you find it. There's a free. All right, cool. Just do the free version. Don't sign up for anything. WeVideo is actually working with schools. During this time, they're actually offering Education Edition for free. So maybe, who knows, maybe Marlboro will get the education version. But for now, you guys can sign in for free and use your Google accounts. It'll be fine. But I'm going to dive right into doing some video editing and showing you guys the dashboard. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard. Once you're signed up, then your dashboard will be empty here, and you'll be almost ready to create a new project. But before we create a new project, I want to show you the tabs up here. So this is your home page, your dashboard page. Then you have a projects window, which you can create down here using the plus sign. You can create a new project. So anytime you make a new video, it's going to ask you what project it's part of. And so usually you would create a project before you create your video. Over here is media, so you can import any of the videos and stuff. Down here with the plus window, there's new folders. So I like to put everything inside folders, so that way I keep all of my clips for each project kind of in the same folder and organized. You can kind of just dump all the video clips, down here, but then it gets kind of cluttered and messy. So I like to try to stay organized. And then your exports file, or your exports window here, is any of the finished videos that you do will show up here. Again, I have lots of folders because I've exported so many videos, it just gets so cluttered. So I try to keep it as organized as possible. So those are your tabs up here, and I am going to start by, I'm going to start a new project because I'm going to blow myself up, and I'm just going to hit this plus sign down here. I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to call it Self-Explosion. And I don't have any, hey, Frankie! I don't have any media in here yet that I can import, so I'm just going to hit next. And it'll show that my project is created. Cool. Now I'm just going to hit finish, actually. I'm not going to start anything yet. So in here, you'll see this is my blank project. I don't have anything in here. I could import media into here, project media, things like that, but I'm going to import the media using the media tab here because I want to create a folder called Self-Explosion. And that will probably pop up down at the bottom here. It doesn't automatically alphabetize or anything. It just kind of puts it down at the bottom. Is this stream going to be a daily thing? Yeah, my plan is to be here 10:30 and 12 o'clock every single day for you guys, just to show you some cool stuff and get to chat with you guys. So yeah, that's the plan. I'll be here every day. And all right, so back to here, I'm going to I add some media, and I'm going to, what's cool about WeVideo is that it can connect to your Google Drive. You have to kind of set that up for the first time you do it, but once it's set up, I can just click on Drive. And here I have my Cybertastic tutorial videos, Self-Explosion, and I'm going to import all three of these files. It shouldn't take too long. The video files aren't that big. Sometimes with, if we're doing Hawk News files and stuff like that, it will take a little bit longer, but it shouldn't take too long here. So while that's kind of going, I can still jump into my projects window and start a new project. So here I have Self-Explosion. I don't think I can add project media yet if it's not, but let's see, select media. Well, there's that one. That's the only one that's imported yet, so I can't import media yet there. When I go back to my dashboard, and do I have a limited amount of uploads a month? Not a limited amount of uploads. So essentially how the media folder works here is with the free version, I think you get a gigabyte of storage. So you might run out of storage space uploading media. So you might have to delete some of that stuff. And once you delete it, then it's not going to be in your project. The trick with the free version is you only get 5 minutes of export each month. And so let's say you have a 2-minute video that you export, and that takes up 2 minutes from your 5 minutes. So you're left with 3 minutes left for the month. And then if you want to, like, say you go back, you watch the video and you see something like, I need to fix that. If you go back in and you make an edit and export that 2-minute video again, that counts towards your 5 minutes. Now you're left with 1 minute left. So yeah, you have limited time as far as exports each month, but you can go in and you can make edits and use the editor as much as you want. And you can, let's say, you can upload as much media. Well, as long as you stay under a gig of media, you can upload your media. So you could be working on several files at the same time, several videos at the same time, and just like plan your publishing to make sure you stay under that 5 minutes each month. But we are working, hopefully, on, like I said, WeVideo is offering education version for free for students right now. I just need to try to get on that and get you guys signed up and get you working with WeVideo. Back into the dashboard here, I'm going to create a new file. My media should have imported already. So here I have 3 options of formatting. I could create a horizontal video. I could create vertical, which is really cool. Like, you guys could technically make TikTok videos here and upload to TikTok or Instagram stories. So you can make videos here. And how do you get a green screen? That's a good question. Well, they're actually pretty cheap. You can get stuff on Amazon, or even, honestly, in the past, I've used like green construction paper, or like a green sheet. It doesn't really matter. And you don't need green either, which we'll get to also. You could use blue, you could use really any color, as long as what you're wearing or the color doesn't take away from you, which we'll get to. There's also square formatting down here as well. So again, like, you could do a quick little animated GIF or something, or a short little video that you could upload to Instagram, which I'll show you. I've done little like 30-second promo videos too. So these are your formatting options. I'm going to stick with horizontal right now. And instead of doing what project, this here you have to select before you start editing. You have to select, could I use the color of my wall? Yeah, probably. It might not key out that great because, like, well, actually, if your wall is flat and you have decent lighting and you don't get a lot of shadows, then it'll probably key out just fine. But yeah, you could technically use the color of your wall, which we'll get to. I'll show you guys. So I have all these different projects. I have to select one of the projects before I can start editing, and that's why I created that project first, Self-Explosion, and I'm going to start editing. Okay, so now this is my main editing window here, and you'll see that there are 3 sections. Up here, the top left, I like to call the library section, I guess. So if you have the education edition, would actually have this stock media. WeVideo has a ton of what they call their essentials library. There's a ton of just stock footage, audio sounds, music, sound effects, things like that. I don't have the premium version. I just have a basic, it's $99 a year version, so I don't have access to the Essentials library. But if we do have Education Edition, we would have access to that. But I find I don't even really need it, because all the stuff there I could actually create in other places if you get creative and fancy with it. Next is the media page, which is exactly the same thing as the media up here. It's just easier access down here when you're in this edit window. Next is text. So there's a few different options to add text. Can you import media from the web? Yeah, sure, but you have to download it first, which again, I'll show you the green screen clip that I have in that folder where I'm going to blow myself up. I downloaded it from YouTube. So download it, and then you could import it from wherever, from Google Drive or your downloads folder on your computer. Okay. Let's see. So these are motion text. So here you could if I click on this one, it'll show you a little motion, right? So There's motion text that you should have access to. There's static text, which just kind of sits static on your page. Subtitles. There's like end credits and stuff like that, so you guys can play with that. There's seasonal stuff. Some of these graphics are actually pretty cool. And then call outs, where if you like wanted to point out like an arrow or circle something, you could do that. Next is the audio tab. And so WeVideo has a bunch of free music, free sound effects. And again, the premium stuff you probably won't have access to, but it does have some stock audio footage or audio there, but I don't use it really. YouTube is the place that I go for music. And then sound effects. Sometimes I could use YouTube for sound effects, and other times you need to go to like free sound effects or something. Transitions. There's tons of cool transitions to play with. And then backgrounds, like there's some animated backgrounds, which are really cool. There's solid backgrounds. Overlays, which will go like on top, so they're kind of like see-through, right? So like that's like an animated one. But or like a puffy, whatever, a puff of smoke could be cool. So if there was something behind here, you'd still be able to see that, and then like the puff of smoke. So yeah, there's cool overlays and frames too. So that's this kind of like top library window. Over here is your preview window. So whenever you drop your videos in down here, and you have, this is your timeline, I guess I'd call it. So whatever you do down here, once you hit play, it'll show you what your video looks like there. So down here is your timeline, and you'll see that by default it has 2 video layers and 1 audio, but you can add infinite by hitting this plus sign. It'll ask if you want to import a video or add a video or audio layer, and so you can add tracks at your leisure or whatever you want to do. Down here, this is like a snap your clips together, which we'll get into in just a second. But for now, I'm going to go back to my media and go into, I have to find, what was it, Self-Explosion. And I'm going to double click to open it, and those videos should have imported. All right, so I have 3 videos, and I'm going to try to, can you import media? Oh yeah, okay, I already got that one, wacky human being. So I have 3 clips here that I'm going to show you guys how to make a quick little edit. So I don't remember which one is which, so let's see. Once you click on the clip here, then you could kind of scrub through up here in your preview pane to kind of see the video. And yeah, I think that's the one I want. This one is the one where where I run out. Okay, so my plan is, like, I'm gonna click and drag this down into my timeline here. So my plan is to trim these videos out, because you'll see I was standing behind the camera, and then I run behind the tree, so I have to trim some of that stuff out. So my plan is that I really want to, oh, by the way, spacebar is play, so if I hit spacebar, I want to trim this video up, you know, maybe have a little bit of the tree, as much as I can, of me hiding. Maybe I'll trim it right about there, and then the plan is to have me kind of like peeking out and kind of looking around, checking if it's safe. And then if it's safe, that's when I run out, and that's when I realize, wait a second, that wasn't a smart idea. And then I get blown up. So right about here, I need to cut the frame. Now, there's a couple different ways I could do it. If I wanted to, if this gold kind of ring is around the scene, or whatever you want to call it, you could go back to the end until you see the double arrows, and you could scrub it that way, slide it that way. Or if you use this little scrubber tool to figure out like where about I want to, right about there, there's little scissors up here, so I could slice it, and then if I wanted to keep that, I could, or if I want to delete it like I do, I'm going to hit backspace, and it deletes it. And so now I have, if I slide this back, my scene starts here. You see me kind of peeking out. And I don't know, maybe I'll stop it around here, and I'll cut it and delete the rest. Next, I have to bring in my next one where I'll actually be running out. And this time I'll use grab the end, and I'll just slide it through until, where do I start running out? I don't know, how's that? Bring it back. I could slide this guy back to the beginning, hit spacebar, pull it through. That was pretty funny. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit more. I didn't like how I was like peeking out. Oh, this guy here. So if I wanted to, right now it's gonna snap these clips together. It won't let me. See it, like as I drag it back, it kind of snaps it, almost like a magnet is there. It'll snap it together. Sometimes I don't like that, and so if you turn that off, it allows you to like really get up close without it snapping. I don't need to do that now, but there might be a case in a later kind of tutorial where I'll show you guys how to do more of that. Let's scrub it through here. We got 7 minutes. Sure. Whatever, works for me. So here's my plan. I don't know. I just had this idea. I don't know if it works or not. But I left tons of footage here of just the blank kind of landscape, because my plan is when I run off, I'm going to cut it before I run off. Actually, it'll be like and then blow up. So I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to trim it back now to where I disappear. So here it looks like I'm going for now. I get blown up, and then I disappear. So the last thing I need to do now is add my explosion effect, right? Now the explosion effect is a green screen video on YouTube, and actually if you like search anything on YouTube like and put green screen afterwards, there's tons of green screen footage there that you can download using like an MP4 downloader or YouTube to MP4, something like that. So you could see here the explosion effect is on a green screen. And so all I need to do is trim up where the explosion starts and where it stops, and then color key out the green. And so I'll start by doing that and aligning the explosion to like where I want it. Oh, I can't see it, so I need to color key it out first. All right, so if I double click on the, actually there's two options. If you click on the pencil, it'll bring up your editing, your clip editor, or if you double click on the clip, it'll bring up a editor. And so there's tons of things you could do here, but just for time's sake, I'm gonna go straight to color keying, which is the little person inside the box. And so to whoever's question before was, could I use the color of my wall? Yeah, but the more solid the color, the better. And so I can click on this little eyedropper, and whatever color I want to make transparent or key out of my clip, I just click that color and it disappears. Now it looks like there's nothing there, but there actually is. If I keep scrubbing through, that explosion now is keyed out, right? The green is keyed out. So that was obviously too late. So I have to figure out where exactly am I going to blow up. And this might be when snapping it to the frame, I might want to turn off. And oh, down here I can like zoom in on my frame, on my frames, and like really get close and nudge this to line up exactly where I want it to. Let's see, when do I disappear? Right around there. So I want it to blow up before I actually disappear, right? And I know what you're saying. Now it doesn't line up. Okay, right about here. I don't know. Let's go here. I don't know if this will work or not, but I'm going to try. So it doesn't, the explosion doesn't actually line up for me. It's way too big, and it's not even on me, right? So if I double click, actually I have to go back to where I am. And I might want to slide this over a little bit just to get my alignment right, and then I'll adjust it. But here's my explosion, and you can see me. I just need to maybe shrink this down a little bit and put it on top of me. and hopefully it'll disappear. So if I double click again, this first one here is transforming, so I could actually click and drag this explosion over me if I wanted to. Like, I could use these anchor points. I can't grab that one because it's behind the thing, so I'll just shrink it down here. So I could scale this footage whatever size I need. Let's say it's like that, and I'll drag it down here. So does it look like I'm exploding? I don't know. Let's see. Save. Right? Hey, I don't need all those, right? All I need is right there. And then I'm going to cut, make sure I'm highlighted here, cut this, delete the rest out. And it should look like. You hear my footsteps. You can still hear the footsteps. So I could edit out those sounds, the audio too, if I click on this guy. And let's say I click on the speaker here, it brings up my audio. And I could actually, if I set like a little, I don't know, what do you want to call that? Like a, why isn't it working? Like a key or something. Is that called a keyframe or something? I don't know. But I could actually drop out or drop the volume out completely there. So now you can't hear my footsteps. But that's, a pretty good start. Now, what I need to do next is obviously find a explosion sound effect. And that transition can be a little bit smaller, whatever. It's a good start, right? So yeah, I could go in now, and if I go to like YouTube or find a free sound effect for an explosion, I could download that, and the same way I would import it into my media, I would import that sound effect file and then click and drag that sound effect onto my audio file, or on my audio layer, I guess you would call it. And I would line up that audio sound effect to match the explosion. And there you go. I have exploded. Boom. See you later, Cybert. Yeah, I guess that's a quick intro, and I know I was flying through, and I know some of you guys probably don't even have accounts yet, but set up an account, and if you want to, you could have a try at this also. Again, I sent that link in the chat. If you need the link again, I probably can't, I don't know, will it? Yeah, here, I'll send it again. For anyone that didn't get it, you could go into that folder, hopefully, and you'll have access to those 3 videos. You could try to blow me up as well. Or you can go outside and shoot some fun footage yourself. Go outside in your backyard, and you can find any footage. I mean, mine was an explosion. I just thought it'd be cool. I'm also thinking maybe the next one tomorrow will be like me getting abducted by aliens. Could be cool. But I mean, be creative. Do whatever you want, Search YouTube for green screen footage. If you want, I could show you guys the downloader that I use to download green screen footage from YouTube. Or you could just search like free green screen footage and find a place that you could download it yourself. And, have at it. Have fun with it. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have cell phones. And I know some of you guys have really cool video equipment with like stabilizers and stuff like that. And hey, man, we can still go outside and have some fun, shoot some videos, and make some cool stuff with WeVideo. If you want, I don't know if like your free plan you're able to add a collaborator, but I'm wondering if you add a collaborator, if you could, I think there's somewhere where you can down here maybe, and switch storyboard. There's a way to add collaborators. I'm going to figure that one out. And possibly, hopefully, it would be cool if, YouTube to MP3, MP4 converters. Absolutely. There's websites that do it, Cole. I have an extension. I can't download the extension on my my school account, so my personal Gmail account. If I open up Chrome in that Gmail account, I have like a little extension up here where if I go to YouTube, it automatically down like under the video like gives me the option to download. So yeah, if you guys want, I could figure out how to like add collaborators. There's ways like if you're making videos and you run over your 5 minutes, we could figure out a way to get me that footage and I can download it, and you guys could do whatever you want with it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna work with trying to get you guys some education edition for WeVideo. It is 11:02, and so that means I have to take a little break. I'm going to be back on here eventually. Could you teach us to stream as well? Yeah, totally. I'm using a software program. It's free called OBS, which is Open Broadcast Software or something like that. And I've been doing a lot of research on that, just YouTubing stuff. Again, this is like all new to me, but I figured out how to do like multiple streams. So right now I'm on Twitch and YouTube Live, and I'm sure I could do like a bunch more places too. But it's a start. Again, it's all new to me too, but I would love to show you guys anything that you want to learn. So I'm gonna take a little break. If you want, you can come back. I'm gonna do the same thing really. But if you like, if you just want to come hang out with me, that's cool. Hopefully I'll have a different audience. Some other kids logging in at, what time is it? Oh, like at 12 o'clock. I'll have maybe some other kids joining me. And so I'm going to show them kind of the same thing here. But if you guys want to just come hang out and chat with me, I'll be here. Yeah, if not, I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 10:30. And I think I'm going to get abducted by aliens tomorrow. I'll show you guys how to do some cool stuff with in that settings down here. One of my favorite things, and like probably the most underrated tool, is using this first one, this transforming, scaling, and positioning. You could do some really cool stuff with it. And so maybe tomorrow I'll try to get abducted by aliens. So if I don't see you later, I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Until then, is there a way to stream on PS4 or phone? Ooh, that's a good question. Huh. Well, there's definitely like apps on the phone that you could stream games from. I'm wondering, how do you stream PS4? There is. I've done it before. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering how people do it from PS4. There has to be. I'm sure it probably involved actually getting some other sort of like hardware, like another like streaming little like box thing that you would hook up to your PS4. I don't know. Maybe you could download some sort of app or something on your PS4 that does it. Yeah, exactly. Like an Elgato capture card, which is right. Like either I don't know how that works. Is it a card that goes into the PS4, or is it like just you plug in something and it casts to you? But yeah, the answer is yes, you can. I just know you don't need extra hardware. Just press and hold share button. Oh, you could do that on PS4? Is that with an Elgato? No, just on the PS4, you can like hold down, what did you say? Press and hold share button, and then it automatically will broadcast, or then you could select broadcast to YouTube Live just like that. That's pretty sweet. That's really sweet. No? Yes, no. Well, hey, listen. Wacky Human Beings seems like they know about broadcast or live streaming from your PS4. But I don't know because I don't have a PS4. Do you know anything? Oh, I think I have a PS3 at home. I'm trying to sell it because it's so old. Maybe once PS5 comes out, maybe I'll invest in a PS4. I know it sounds silly, but I always wait for like the next gen console to come out, and then I buy like the older generation version at a way cheaper price because I'm too cheap to buy. Especially the PS5 is supposed to be ridiculously expensive. So talk to Wacky Human Being. They seem to know how to stream from your PS4. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Oh, BT Dubs. It's Josh. What up, Josh? Thanks for joining me, man. I'm really happy you guys joined me. I thought I was going to be broadcasting to a crowd of 0. But I'm glad you guys joined me. I just figured, like, I don't know. Twitch is a lot of you guys hang out on Twitch anyway, and then if you're not on Twitch, you're on YouTube. I just figured it would be like a cool little break from, I don't know, typical schoolwork, and maybe you would actually like learn something, that maybe you guys can make a video for class or something now that you're getting the hang of video. And as the days goes on, we'll get a little bit more advanced. I'll show you guys some cool tricks using Google Slides and stuff like that. You don't need After Effects or anything fancy to make video do cool stuff. All right, so I'm out of here. I'll see you maybe back at noon. If not, then hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care, man. Be safe and have some fun. All right, signing off. See ya.